I lead our loyalty, enterprise media, customer marketing along with Walgreens Advertising Group. And I'm really excited about this opportunity for two key reasons. One, I always wanted to be part of a historic brand that is deeply connected to the community. And I'm deeply drawn to our vision of becoming the leader in reimagining our local healthcare and well-being for all, right? And I grew up taking different roles as part of the intersection of marketing, consumer engagement, and technology, and excited to be part of Walgreens and bringing together the growth side of marketing together and working alongside the leadership that is absolutely focused on bringing customer-centric thinking to the organization.
So how do you see retail media working in tandem with loyalty and digital media?
It's pretty interesting question, quite honestly, because it's all about starting the story with one view of the customer. And it's important for us to understand that at the end of the day, our customers don't care if it is loyalty or retail media. What they want to hear at the end of the day and understand is what's Walgreens trying to say to them, right? So it's important for us to kind of really think about it together and the opportunity to really optimize the spend along those lines and to be able to customize the touch points and build that personalized experience is what is going to really matter the most for our customers. And so I'm excited about bringing all these functions together and being able to maximize the opportunity of working media dollars and to be able to resonate really well in front of our customers.
You know, one of the things in terms of being able to maximize media dollars is actually being able to buy and trade. And so I think Walgreens has a DSP. So can you tell me about your vision in terms of how the DSP connects to your retail media experience?
Absolutely. So we have our white label DSP powered by Epsilon. Excited about the Epsilon technology and the people-based identity and leveraging AI and machine learning to be able to bring a lot of these interactions, touch points happening across the digital landscape. And what's important for us to really understand is bring all the signals together and be able to really talk to the right audience, understanding where they've shopped, which categories, and which categories we want them to shop, and the opportunity to understand the propensity to buy and being able to connect those audiences with our brands is what is going to really bring that synergy together, right? And so very excited about that setup, and last but not the least, quite honestly, we are absolutely focused on bringing that experience that's happening outside of our owned and operated Walgreens.com, our mobile web, desktop, and in-app, and think about all these experiences that we can tap on and get those audiences into our owned and operated properties and be able to carry on that experience, the personalized experience, when they show up on Walgreens.com, and to be able to get them to convert is really the magic, where it's getting unlocked. So a lot of what we have learned with our offsite first approach and what we have built with WAG DSP and powered by Epsilon, and the opportunity to apply those learnings into our on-site owned and operated ad products and to deliver the personalized experience is what I'm looking forward to.
So speaking of on-site, there's a lot of talk and growth in terms of the in-store experience from a retail media perspective. What are your thoughts on the importance of in-store at Walgreens?
In-store is so critical for us to kind of set the stage there. More than 95% of our transactions still happen in store, right? Especially for a consumer drugstore retail chain, retailer like us, right? And then there are multiple levels that I would like to unpack here with respect to in-store. First things first, as we are building our omnichannel capabilities and really enabling the full funnel approach for our brands, what's important for us is to be able to bring all of that conversion data and the visibility into in-store. And we are pretty open to our shoppers, our customers, shopping anywhere they want, right? So they can do buy online, pick up in store, and they can actually do the same day delivery, and they can also take advantage of our last mile delivery through our DoorDash and Instacart like partners. So the opportunity to really step back and think about the role that in-store plays to fulfill all of those channels, and to be able to close the loop with our brands who are spending those dollars, and to be able to drive the ROI and the story of incrementality is what is going to really help us unpack that story, right? And not really too far in the future, we have our vision to go big in store and bring retail media in store as well. And industry expert Andrew Lipsman has been talking about physical store becoming the TV, right? And we know our in-store ads are resonating really well for our shoppers, because anything near point of sale marketing is going to really resonate. It's going to grab the shopping moments to drive the right conversion. And more importantly, our hope is to get the consumer experience right when they show up in store, and to introduce the right categories, and being able to add that one extra item into the basket, and being able to get them to shop different categories, and really drive that average order value is what we're looking for. And at the end of the day, do it in a convenient manner without intruding so much into the shopping experience, but really enhance the overall shopping experience.
One of the other points that Andrew brought up is kind of the growth of self-serve in the retail media business. How are you thinking about it, and sort of what's Walgreens' approach to that?
Self-serve is a very important topic, and especially as a retail media is kind of evolving and growing and going into a different phase altogether now, what brands want at the end of the day is to really make it easier for them, right? So they don't want to be operating at the desk with multiple platforms in front of them, and it's very hard to drive efficiencies, and we want to make that media buying process seamless, right? So our approach to that is really, to step back a little, the work that we have done with Epsilon and thinking about our onboarding is actually going to be the path forward, because our approach is going to be more agnostic of DSPs. And so the real opportunity here is to use the right set of onboarders, like the one we have with Epsilon, the Core ID, and to be able to give the flexibility for our brands and agencies to operate on their own DSPs, but be able to pull in our audiences, not just syndicated audiences, but we're also excited about enabling our custom audiences, curated audiences for our brands, which is going to be super critical, right? So the goal is to meet them where they are and to be able to enable that scale. That's what is going to unpack the growth for us and for our brands as well. And it's going to attract more number of advertisers to take advantage of what we bring to the table.
That is a lot. So we talked about self-serve, we talked about the DSP, we talked about kind of combining loyalty and in-store and retail. What's a trend or something that you see coming down the pike in the future of retail media that you're excited about?
Yeah, and speaking of loyalty, I really wanted to touch on one thing. If you really think about what's going on with retail media, it's all about leveraging our assets and the access to the customers, enabling that directly for our brands is going to be critical. But we are very proud of our well-established My Walgreens loyalty program that's already collecting all of the richest signals across the channels and the buying patterns and what they're looking for, and being able to deliver that personalized experience is going to be critical. Now, combine that with what we are trying to do with retail media, it's a true magic unlock that's coming together, right? So to me, as part of the next evolution of retail media, being able to leverage what we have learned from the loyalty side and to be able to bring that experience together for our consumers to really understand what they're looking for and to serve their needs is going to be critical. And in terms of the trends, what I would say is nailing the measurement capabilities is absolutely going to be critical, because we're kind of expanding on our channels and thinking about all these different channels through which we can interact with our customers. At the end of the day, you want to close the loop for our brands to understand what's happening to those signals and where are they converting, and the opportunity to kind of bring all of those in-store attribution along with online conversion that is already available across all our channels, both owned and operated, but also Meta, the Google, and the community gardens that we activate today, because there's a large overlap of our audiences outside of those as well. So I can talk to you when you show up on the social properties as well as a Walgreens shopper to bring you back and to be able to drive that conversion, right? So it's important for us to kind of close the loop there. And then retail media is clearly moving into a full funnel approach, right? And so, there is always going to be space for the retailers, and will be recognized as sort of the premium retail media networks if they can actually bring the holistic offerings together, the connected omnichannel ecosystem, online, in-store, and off-site, and being able to bring it all together to drive the conversion. And last but not the least, we talked about digital in-store. That's going to be a powerful move indeed, because at the end of the day, for Walgreens, we have about 60 million unique shoppers on a monthly basis showing up in store. It's a much powerful medium for us to take advantage of that and to be able to bring in those right customer experiences and to be able to drive the right conversion.